sitting here with Craig Sullivan, who is Sean's dad. And as I said, we talked to Sean in the last segment, and we're going to find out now the role of the family. We do a series called Autism Family Portraits. And Craig, tell us, Sean was diagnosed with severe autism.
He was.
At what age?
I think it was around 2 or 3.
Okay.
We had him into a hospital for 2 weeks to find out why he couldn't eat anything and why he didn't appear to be developing in the way we had expected, and that's when he first had the diagnosis of autism.
When you think back, Sean, to when you were very young, like before you went to kindergarten, and what is your memory of those years?
I felt like I was on another planet. I didn't belong. I couldn't make any friends, and I did not know why. And finally, I discovered that I had a disability.
Okay, so he was diagnosed by the school district? Or
Well, actually, his mother and I brought him in to get checked out privately.
Right.
And later the school district affirmed that diagnosis,
Okay.
and he was in the special needs program throughout his
school career?
throughout his school career.
Okay.
But he ended up with a high school diploma and has taken some college courses and has now entered into a career as an advocate for autism.
And so how did all that come about? What are some of the things that the
Well,
family did? You told me it takes a village, number one.
It does. It takes a lot of people who love and care for him. It all started, I think, with his grandmother as our leader, who loved everyone and would forgive everyone and would always tolerate everyone and always look for the good. And I think Sean inherited that more than any of the rest of us.
I had a grandmother like that too.
Yeah,
It's nice to think of those qualities.
That she lives on in him.
Right.
I think the turning point was somewhere in his teens where we discovered Sean wasn't an autistic person. Sean was a person with autism, if you understand my point.
I
The
do.
difference between those two perceptions are, I think, the beginning of his understanding that he could actually use this as a tool. You know, the expression of one door closes, another opens.
Right.
When he finally realized that this wasn't necessarily a disability, it was just an other ability,
Right.
and one that he could perhaps take and use as a tool for strength rather than weakness, it turned him around completely.
Were there any particular learning techniques or interventions or any therapies that you found to be most useful?
Well, we've been through them all.
You have.
Any parent listening to this understands that point. We've
Right.
been through all of the therapies, all the medicines, and we've had successes and failures, and we've had successes that turn into failures.
Right.
Nothing worked forever, and we were always looking for the next level of intervention and therapy. There wasn't any one thing, Nancy. I think at the end of the day, I would counsel any parent to remember that you just never give up. Never, ever give up. And keep trying. And if it doesn't work today, get up tomorrow and try again.
So did you ever think one day you'd be seeing your son living on his own?
Never.
Never.
Never. No. I mean,
Not only living on his
the fact that
own,
he can
but-
live on his own, that he has a website, that he's a published author, that he's won consumer advocacy awards,
Right.
that he was on a podium with Temple Grandin. I mean, I would never have imagined any of that. You know.
What was that like for you, Sean, being on a podium with Dr. Grandin?
It was spectacular. From 50 years from now, I will not forget it.
Dr. Grandin is a big friend of this program's. Shannon was just at NASA with Dr. Grandin,
Wow.
where she gave a speech, and they got a tour of NASA, and were with all the scientists and astronauts down there. Amazing woman, and she is also one that says never ever give up.
That's it. And as she inspired Sean, someday Sean will inspire others.
Yes, and
some days today.
I can imagine that she was inspirational to you. Do you hope to be inspirational to others the way she is to you?
I hope to. I will make sure that I realize that dream.
Very good. Very good. Well, we want to thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
It's been just a pleasure to have you, Sean.
Thank
Pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And what are your goals now, Sean? You've been winning awards. You've been speaking. What would you like to see yourself doing over the next couple of decades?
So one of my goals is to start a disability dating and socialization website.
A disability dating and socialization website. That's
Yes.
that's a good idea because
useful.
there are a lot of people out there on the spectrum that want to meet people, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to keep that. We're going to keep watching for it. If you start it, will you come back and talk to us about it?
Whatever you say.
Okay. We're going to have you back when you get that up and running because I have no doubt you will.